Okay, so the third set of circuits in this chapter are is the phase lag and phase lead circuit. So there are two circuits. They are called phase shift circuits. That is, the output phase will be shifted with respect to the input phase, but the output magnitude will be the same as the input magnitude. So the first circuit is all pass phase lag circuit. All pass means that the output magnitude is going to be the same as input magnitude. That is, at all frequencies, the output magnitude will be equal to the input magnitude. However, phase lag means that the output phase is going to be lagging the input phase. So let's look at the circuit. This is the circuit. So these resistors are same, R1 and R1, and this is R and this is C. So we go ahead and convert this circuit into the phasor form. We determine what is the voltage at the non-inverting input, which will be through the voltage division between R and C. So that voltage is going to be V positive j omega is Xc over R plus Xc times the input voltage, right? Xc over R plus Xc times the input voltage. So that's going to be the voltage here, and we know that whatever voltage is here, that's going to be appearing over here as well. So this voltage is going to be over here as well. And then we're going to figure out what is the output at the using the inverting terminal. So I1 is equal to IF. So V input minus V positive over R1 equals V positive over V out, V positive minus V out over R1. So the R1 will be cancelled out, right? And I have it here, so I don't have to write it right here. So V input minus V positive over R1 is equal to V positive minus V output over R1. R1 cancelled out, and then you write down V output is equal to 2V plus V positive j omega minus V input, and we go ahead and we plug in V positive j omega from the non-inverting input, which was Xc over R plus Xc times V input. So we go ahead and plug this in, basically this equation right here, and then we arrange it, and the output is going to be 1 minus j omega Rc over 1 plus j omega Rc times V input j omega, and the transfer function V output over V input is going to be 1 minus j omega over 1 plus j omega Rc. So what is the magnitude of this? Magnitude of the numerator, which is 1 plus negative omega Rc square root of that, divided by 1 plus omega Rc square root of that, which is right here. So the magnitude is going to come out to be 1. At all frequencies, the magnitude will be 1. And what will be the phase of that? Phase of that will be phase of the numerator minus phase of the denominator. So how do you calculate phase of a complex number? Tangent inverse of imaginary part divided by the real part. So tangent inverse of omega Rc, negative omega Rc divided by 1 is the phase of the numerator, and tangent inverse of omega Rc over 1 is the phase of the denominator. So numerator phase minus denominator phase. Tangent inverse of negative omega Rc minus tangent inverse of omega Rc, and tangent inverse of negative omega Rc is the same as negative arctan of omega Rc. So you're gonna add two of them together, you're gonna get negative 2 arctan of omega Rc. That's gonna be the phase response of this circuit. So if you want to calculate the output phase, then the output phase will simply be phase of h of j omega plus phase of the input, right? Now phase of the transfer function, or h of j omega, is negative 2 arctan omega Rc. When omega is 0, this is going to be 0, so output phase will be equal to the input phase. When omega is going to be very large, arctan of a very large number is 90 degrees, 90 times 2, 180, and of course negative side, negative 180. So when omega becomes very large, then output phase is going to be lagging the input phase by negative 180 degrees. So the range of the output phase is going to be between 0 and negative 180 degrees, hence it will always be lagging the input phase, and that's what it shows over here. phase will always be, output phase will always be between 0 and negative 180 degrees. The next circuit is all pass phase lead circuit instead of phase lag circuit. So again, you can go over the analysis, same analysis like we did in the last one. And when you get h of j omega, you're gonna get negative 1 plus j omega RC over 1 plus j omega RC. So again, the magnitude is gonna be 1 because the magnitude of numerator is gonna be negative 1 square plus omega RC square root of that divided by 1 square plus omega RC square, which is here. So the magnitude is 1 for all frequencies, and that's why it's all pass. And phase is going to be arctan of omega RC divided by negative 1, that is the imaginary component divided by the real component, minus arctan of omega RC divided by 1. So I'm not showing you 1 over here. Of course, there's a 1 over here. Now arctan of omega RC minus divided by minus 1. Now where this component is located, remember, if you remember your complex numbers, and I always emphasize on the importance of complex number as not to forget about them. This is your complex plane, your sigma, your j omega. So in the first quadrant you have positive real and positive imaginary number. In the second quadrant you have negative real number and positive imaginary number. So this is in the second quadrant, right? This is in the second quadrant. So it is negative 1 and omega RC. So this point is located right here. That means the angle is this angle you're looking for. This is the angle you're looking for. And this angle is the same thing as if you calculate this angle and then subtract this from 180 degrees. Then you're gonna get this angle. And that's what we are doing over here. 180 degrees minus arctan of omega RC. Right, arctan of omega RC. So this is your omega RC y-axis, and this is your x-axis, which we are taking on 1 basically. So this angle we are calculating over here, and then we are subtracting this from 180 degrees. So then it's going to become 180 minus arctan of omega RC minus arctan of omega RC from this one. So 180 degrees minus 2 arctan of omega RC. So when omega is 0, it is going to be 180 degrees. So the output phase will be leading the input phase by 180 degrees. When omega is infinity, very large, arctan of very large number is 90. 2 times 90 is 180. So 180 minus 180, 0 degrees. So when omega becomes very large, output phase is gonna be equal to the input phase. So the phase of the output will be between 180 degrees and 0 degrees with respect to the input. Hence, it is leading the phase of the input. And that's why it is called phase lead circuit. There's an example. Go over this example. It's pretty straightforward. I don't really have to go over it. And that's the end of this chapter.